So this is part two of what I was just talking about, like things that I've noticed that like the kids will do, and the adults do it like as well, but the adults, like, I really make sure I shut down certain things because like I've given some, like, I show some of the evidence and stuff like that, like without like revealing like too much, but especially because it's like kids and like privacy. I'm not gonna do anything like per se to give like that, but just trust me when I tell you it's like weird things. And as also like a teacher, like some of these kids, like, when you're a teacher and you have that kid that's just like, oh my god, like he's always the one doing this and like being rambunctious. There's like one, like he's a typical kid that like I've had kids like that, not in my class, but I've seen kids like that in like in other environments, or like when I used to work in like summer camps and stuff like that. He's the type of kid, like, he's not like you wouldn't think he's per se bad, but like he's the kind of the kid who will drive the teachers crazy. Those are the ones that make you want to have a glass of wine at the end of the day, because they're just always doing something, you know what I mean? And they like to push the limits. That in itself is I can handle that. Like I said, I just want to know, like, where would a 6-year-old learn and be so interested in throwing up Illuminati signs? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's very creepy to me. Because if you're not learning, if it wasn't something that you're learning in the house, again, it comes back to that thing. They're controlling the kids' vessels. Are we manipulating them with the 6G because they're Sims? Are they parasitics? What's going on? It's a lot of them doing it in the video, okay? In the video. Like, I ignore it now. I what I was doing first was like I would just like put I don't have to look at them. Like, I just have to teach, so I was like lowering it down. Now I don't even care because I'm like, I just have it where it is. And and I just focus on the class and I glance at them every now and then, and that's it. Like, I'm just like done with it because I'm done with it. But like I said, how would children be, knowing to do these kind of things and wanting to do these kind of things? What is the motivation? So again, the same way they allowed many souls to come in to help lift the frequency, and they probably they probably gave them the, you know what I mean, to put them on the spectrum to slow them down. They probably allowed a lot of either incarnates to also take over some of these like vessels that are that's my opinion. It's either one or the other. And then again, going with this company, another thing I thought was interesting, like they changed some of the slides. And I know I'm all for being inclusive and everything, because like I said, you can't help who what family you're born into, and if you never heard any of these things, in some cultures you have to kind of do what your parents say and all of that, right? But it was just interesting because today we were actually like, I'm going to go into this a little bit because it's like just so you have a grasp of the conversation. So, we were learning about the CH, right? And the ch sound, right? So sometimes it sounds like k, and sometimes it sounds like sh, like as in French words like chef, right? So, they say on the little slide when I'm teaching, it says, yeah, and when the words are from French origin, they have a sh sound. So then I don't know why, I don't know if it was related to the picture, but I just know that in whatever was talking about like French origin, whatever, they put a little picture of a little girl in a hijab, right? And I thought that was like very interesting, and I noticed like they put a lot of pictures of this nature, and I'm all for being inclusive, but like I said, like I've never seen them put like a Hasidic person on the slide. I've never seen that yet, but I'm just saying, what's the agenda? Because if you're talking about France or something of French origin, just to let you know, this is the land of the Cathars in this region where I'm at, that carried the actual teachings, original teachings of Sophia and Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene herself is supposedly buried out here, okay? And then not only that, France is the country with the most Marian apparitions in the world. Catholic, where this is the land where Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. So why, if we're talking about something French, would someone choose out of all things? And it doesn't matter because, like I said, this is not even like, about race or whatever. Like, I don't know, you have a lot of different races, but if you're going to pick a religion, right? To represent on the slide, to be inclusive. I mean, I know you want to be inclusive, but I just find that very, 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 very agenda-ish. Yeah, and I've told you what's going on out here in the Mediterranean. Okay, you know what's going on out here in the Mediterranean, especially with countries like Spain and France. Say whatever you want. I don't have anything against anyone's like religion, because like I said, especially in those religions, some of the I listen, half, you never even know, half of the people that claim to be followers of that religion might not even want to be part of that religion anymore. They just can't say they don't want to be. Okay, you don't even know, because that's the reality of it. And some of them, they're in that religion and they don't know all the details, because they don't even know Arabic to read exactly what it is that they're following, because like I said, certain things are tradition, right? Whatever. I don't really care at this point, but I do notice, and I will say that I have seen that from the moment that I arrived, that there was this strange, and I never thought of that. That's the only reason why I realized what it was, because in Barcelona, it didn't click. Because number one, most of the people that I had a lot of friends that were from North Africa, and none of them wore hijabs, and they weren't religious like that at all. And it didn't click. But here in France, there obviously there is a battle going on spiritually, and I'm telling it to you, as far as the feminine divine and the agenda of what is being pushed. And it's not only people from Africa, but Africans and all of the other people that are here, right? And there are just as many, like I said, people from Africa who are Christian. So I don't know. I just thought that was very interesting, and I picked it up right away. And I know when I pick things up, it's for a reason. So I don't know why when we hear French, that was like the image that they wanted to put for that slide. Like, what are we trying to say? Okay. This is the land where Joan of Arc was burned. I just love to reiterate that, because I mean, I don't know. So anyways, this is kind of what's going on. And this is why I've told you guys, and I've written about, like, when this narrative started, I told you who were the individuals that kind of were making these weird accusations about me in Barcelona. And then, I realized, like I said in the other videos, like, oh, it's because I believe in Jesus Christ, and that goes against everything the agenda is pushing in the Mediterranean area. They want to shut down the feminine divine in the Mediterranean area. But we're going off on another topic, but I just wanted to say that, like, these are the things I notice about this company that I'm working for, right? And I'm also, like, employed by another company. They just never have classes. Otherwise, I would try to teach in that one a little bit more. That's also from the States, but, like, I just noticed that about it. So it's, like, very interesting that a lot of it's like they scheduled me with all of the kids that just happen to be kind of like weird like that, throwing up symbols. Like, they'll start doing crazy stuff, like covering one eye. Like, just to give you an example, they'll do the one eye thing. They'll do the little hand thing. They'll do triangle, like, hand motions. They'll do, like, the one under here, like, they'll do, like, a lot of crazy stuff. And I've been reprimanding them. Like, if I see them, like, even start to do, like, other stuff with the gestures, I'm like, listen, we're doing class, keep your hands down, please, and focus on the screen. I've been doing that, right? Because, like, at the same time, like, let's pretend it's the real world. That's what I would do in the real world, right? If I didn't really know what they were, like, if I didn't understand, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I would say to them. So I'm doing the same thing. So that's where, like, the balance comes in between understanding what you're seeing and happening around you spiritually, and at the same time having to play along until, like, every knee bows and admits that, like, yes, this is a simulation and that's what Jesus came to tell us. And just pretending around with this BS world, right? So just, so when, anyways, that's what I would do if in a regular class. The same thing when adults are doing strange things. I had to reprimand another one yesterday because he just, like, I'm talking about a topic and I'm asking the questions, because it's like, you're supposed to ask the questions and they're supposed to answer in English. And then he's purposefully, like, talking about a completely different topic that I had to stop him. Like, I'm sorry, do you want to talk about another topic? Because I mean, we can do that, but I'm just a little confused because I'm giving you questions and then I don't understand your response. Like, I had to call them out because these are the kind of things that they're purposefully doing to try to get reactions out of, like, me, I guess, to get me upset. So just pretty interesting. Like, I can understand the adults are a little demonic and all that, but it really makes it interesting as to what is the issue